Hi team, let's talk about our part 5. So we have a cylinder here that's 140 long and the diameter is 100. So I know a lot of you guys are going to want to start by sketching on that and selecting that plane, taking this and pulling it out to 100, dimension it here to 100, selecting that sketch, then extruding it out to the 140, right? And we got this. And then you could sketch on this face, sketch out your circles, and cut them down. You could do it like that and you'd get the right answer. However, this is actually not the easiest way to build it. And I want to teach you about a new feature on how to build. So if I'm starting over, which I will, right? So what I really want to do is I'm going to be using this revolve feature. So I like to use my revolve feature on the front plane. So again, I am gonna use this 140 and this 100 again. So how I'm going to do this is, right, I'm going to start my sketch on this front plane, and I like to use a construction line, and this is, I'm going to lock it onto this axis, bring it out to 140, and then my other construction line is I'm only going to bring to 50, right? Because what I'm going to be doing here is building out half of my sketch. So I'm essentially going to be building this section here, okay? And then we're going to be revolving it around this line. So when I turn on my Smart Dimension tool and I drop this to 140, and this one I'm going to drop to 50. So here's my height, and actually this line I don't want for, whoops, you can enter here, and then I'm going to hit the Control Z, which will take that off. But this line here, I want to make it a solid line, so I don't want it to be for construction. So I'm going to finish sketching out my detail here, and this line is giving me kind of my point of reference, but it's going to go something like this. Okay, so now I'm going to pull out my dimension tool, right? And I still want this to be the 140. Okay, and then I'm just plugging in some numbers here. So we can go, this is going to be 20, and this is going to be, 120 depth and 40 depth. All right, so this from this line to this line, right? This was at 120, and from this line to this line, this was at 40. So far my sketch is looking relatively similar, and now all I have to do is dimension these. This is at 20 and this is at 60. So this is maybe one of the kind of harder concepts, is we're only building this in a half because we're going to be revolving it 360 degrees around this axis point, right? So if this was at 20, whoops, if this was at 20, this is going to now be at 10, right? Because this was at 20, and if this is at 60, we're going to lock this one in here at 30. So now my sketch is fully dimensioned, and I can accept my sketch, right? So now all I need to do is I'm going to use this, I'm going to highlight my sketch, and I'm going to click here on the revolve feature, and it's going to ask me what axis do I want to revolve around, and I'm going to select this line that we're revolving around. And then if you accept your sketch, right, we have revolved we've revolved around that access point, and you built that part out just off of the sketch. So instead of having 3 different sketches and 3 different extrudes for this part. We're doing it all in one step, and with it, it's a pretty clean process to get that. So go ahead and check that part for your mass in your mass properties document. Make sure you built that out correctly, but that's how you use the revolve feature.